Okay, there we go. Okay, we're in a battle royale right now. Davis Maddock is at the 103 right next to us. We got A-Rod in here as well.
Fantastic.
Steph says Bucky Irving. Okay, I get that. I get that. But
Yeah,
also,
Irving, go ahead.
Sorry, no, I really like Bucky Irving this week. I took Mike Evans over Irving.
Yeah, set up for a smash spot. Seemingly healthy.
I like Chuba here.
I mean, Chuba a little banged up. Tampa Bay's rush D better than the pass D. Achane seeing a lot of. I mean, like Cook and Achane have really nice.
What are you thinking?
Matchups. Well,
give me a name.
Achane's a little ADP value. He's getting a shit ton of work.
Okay.
Couple things quickly since it is a battle royale. Tua is banged up. Tua's banged up with a hip. So seemingly might be why they're doing a lot more short passing stuff. I mean, he's essentially getting 5 to 8 targets a game as like an extension of the run. But if Tua's banged up with his hip, that's going to affect his accuracy, his power, his torque. So Achane might see Achane, Hill, and Malik all might see a lot more low A-dot stuff. Same thing with Jonnu.
Yeah.
So Achane's probably, Achane and Jonnu have kind of operated as the ones and twos for that offense. So not shocking at all. So as far as just total volume, I like it a lot. They seem to kind of be playing around with how, it's like Mostert and Wilson got work to go against their 49ers team last week. I don't expect them to get as much work this week. And then Cook's got a really nice matchup versus a Jets defense that's been extremely poor in every phase. And they have every reason to keep Josh Allen kind of healthy, going into the playoff stretch.
Did they have incentive to even win the game though, technically?
I mean, for Josh Allen MVP narrative, yeah.
Oh, okay. That's fair. Yeah.
And then seeding.
No, that's a real thing.
Yeah, for sure.
People have been shouting out Breece Hall, but I'm pretty interested in Hubbard here.
I like Breece a lot. I like Adams a lot. Adams seemingly rested. They're going for Hall of Fame padding numbers right now.
Yeah, I could see him getting 1 touchdown to get that 50 mark, but I don't see him doing too much more, but I'm down. It's fine.
The receiver drop-off feels pretty bad this slate. I feel better about
that's very fair. Yeah.
I feel better about the late running backs than I do about the receivers. Breece Hall seemingly going to be back physically as much as possible. Compared to 3 weeks ago, which is good for Rodgers and it's good for the offense. So I could see Breece and Adams kind of getting worked the most. Breece Hall getting some pretty strong coach speak workload stuff. So definitely feel good about that. Again, Chuba a little bit banged up, and Tampa Bay.
As a Jets fan, I'd like to say that I feel good about nothing that's ever said by anyone on the Jets, and any realistic expectation you have should be that they could all suck.
Yeah.
That's my theory at this point. Okay, Chuba's still here. Can I take him, or are we going Breece?
I kind of like the Jets stack.
Really?
Adams. In BR, I want to do something a little bit different for roster construction stuff.
Okay, this would be different just based on ADP at this point.
If you want to take Chuba, that's fine. Yeah, he correlates with Evans. That's fine.
God. All right, we're going Breece because come on, it's fucking.
He is
Breece
the better
Hall.
player.
I know it's Breece because it's a 1st round pick versus a 12th round pick for a reason. But yeah.
Also, Buffalo's been a pretty manageable.
So, what are we committing to, like Aaron Rodgers on this team, or what are we doing?
Potentially, I don't mind naked Bryce either if it comes down to that.
Bryce Young.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm not going to guess who I have to stack him with, but he's looked really good. He has the 3rd highest scramble rate the last few weeks per Rich Rebar. Shout out.
I kind of like Tua with Waddle and Tyreek playing.
It's fine. Like I just said, his hip's a little bit banged up, so he has to get there in pass efficiency. And with Waddle potentially,
which is what he always does. It's not like the dude's running.
I know, but Hill's super banged up, not looking good. Waddle's likely not going to play given the McDaniels.
No, he's likely to play.
I
read on a credible source. Sorry, I don't listen to me yet, but I read on a credible source on Twitter saying he's likely to play.
Well, it seemed like the Coach Week Index was saying that McDaniels did a lot of disclaimers
Okay, so do you want tight end first? Do you want Hawkinson versus Green Bay? I kind of like that, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay, if we can get
QB
that.
last round for sure.
Okay.
Thank you, Steph. Waddle unlikely, or Waddle is likely to play. That's surprising.
Yes, that's what I heard as well.
Okay, well, if that is the case,
That's why I think Tua could be kind of fun. Even Tua Achane could be really fun. But I'm down to go Hawkinson first, and then we can talk about it. You good with that?
Yeah, Hawkinson for sure.
Okay, I feel good about that. Okay, so just quarterback. Obviously, Baker's already gone. Yeah, there's really not much. This is a gross week, guys. With the weather, with the backup quarterbacks potentially, this is a weird week.
Yeah, it's kind of an ugly slate, all things considered. But I think with that being said, you get kind of weird and just try to stack the best situations.
Yeah. I wish I believed in the Jets, but it like we could be right, absolutely, but we could also just be like this team could get literally dead last. But I guess in a contest where it's kind of a best ball format, doesn't matter whether you get middle or not. So you either want first or last. So Rodgers or Tua, what do you want?
Rodgers, I like the matchup, and we've double stacked him. Makes sense.
Okay, let's do it.
There you go.
Okay. Is there anything you want to double back to?
Yeah. Now that I got this shit figured out.
Okay. It's not perfect, I'll say that, but it's better.
Yeah, it looks like my PC is swapping between Wi-Fi and Ethernet, which is not helping.
Just disconnect your Wi-Fi, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to do. There we go. All right.
Also, I don't know. Sometimes this helps me, but I'll disconnect my phone and my laptop from the internet as well.
Yeah,
like anything else taking bandwidth, but
yep. Just one of those nights. Okay, let's see.
All good.
Let me pull up. Let's see. So I did just want to give a couple shouts. I see the chat going. So we'll hit all that real quick. I did want to just say for BR. We talked about Breece Hall being physically likely back closer to where he's been. The staff talking about, workload, wanting to feed him when they can. Guys, if it's real fucked up, that's probably just an Xfinity thing.
Wait, no, it's way better now that you disconnected the Wi-Fi, I think.
There we go. Yep. PC was just deciding to go between for reasons unbeknownst to me. So Breece Hall, physically back, nice matchup. We know he's an explosive player, and it seems like they want to kind of ride him as the workhorse when possible. Tajay got some really strong coach speak. He's had a really strong couple weeks, but they seem to want to keep getting him involved. Tony Pollard's really banged up.
Super banged up. Yeah.
Could be another week where he sees really strong workload and against a really nice, really soft matchup. I think that's really worth getting involved with, especially with kind of like this. It's a flat tier of stuff this week.
What is Pollard? Is he not practicing again this week, basically?
Yeah, he's basically not practicing, and they're letting him rest right up
until the reason that they keep letting him try to play is because they have nothing to play for, and he's like 120 yards away from
it's incentive. It's a
huge
stuff.
bonus, and they want to help him out because he's been like the only light on that offense the whole year. But I think at this point, they're both kind of realizing you're not going to get there because you're so banged up. And also Tajay, because he's been hurt all year, is super fresh, and he's looking good, man. He's looked great. The coaching staff could only say good things about him. Ford doesn't have the strongest matchup, but he's looked pretty solid and pretty strong. Got really strong receiving usage with DTR. DTR nursing the calf. Has 2 outs of just getting more dump off work. That was against the Bengals, though. I will say that.
Sure, but he had a strong game against Kansas City as well on more limited usage. And Kansas City's got a strong defense with Chris Jones.
Fair. Yeah.
But I just want to if you're seeing this much receiving volume, that's very viable for floor and ceiling.
Yeah.
And then there's always the chance that DTR injures his calf mid-game. They get Winston, yada yada. I don't mind that at all. Just from a workload standpoint, volume is king. And they certainly want to run more than they want to pass, with DTR looking horrendous. And then just ADP value wise, Tracy getting a practice today. I think he's off the injury report totally. Yes. Got there with a touchdown, but definitely splitting with Singletary. But against Indianapolis, their defense isn't as bad as it was, 7-8 weeks ago. Still not a world beater. And I did want to just shout out Amir Abdullah, and in the same vein, Alexander Madison against Las Vegas. Amir Abdullah getting some really strong coach speak about, a player they really like and looking really good. Kind of like the Vegas Tajay Spears in a way. And he's likely to see a lot of the catch-up game script with Mac Jones and BTJ. Definitely could be a game where they speed up, but then Madison.
I hope that game is just kind of like a shootout, like two bad teams that just
totally
don't really don't try on defense or something. That's just like an actual fun game.
Yeah.
I could totally see that.
I mean, all signs are pointing towards that. It's will Mac Jones and AOC keep it on lock, or will they kind of
well, it's not Mac Jones, it's Rattler.
Sorry, yep, thinking Jacksonville. Yeah, Rattler and Rattler and
yeah, you got Mac Jones and Rudolph.
We got a lot of backup quarterbacks.
It's Aiden O'Connell. It's the same thing.
All summer long, when we were drafting our players, we totally thought the QB3s would be the reason. And then along those same lines, I will just say it might be worthwhile. Chris Olave questionable. Haven't really gotten a good read on if they expect him to play or not.
I read he was playing yesterday, but now it's
so I think he's tracking to play. I don't know how much work he'll get if he does.
And what is Derek Carr's status as of today?
I don't think Carr is likely to play last time I checked.
Okay.
Let's see. Looking at looks like 27th. Looks like we're still taking it day to day with Chris Olave. Giving him a little bit more every day. Feels really good. He's in great spirits. If Derek Carr is unable to play, Rattler will start, which is looking like the situation. That was a day ago.
And I think Rattler, when he did get his start last time, that was the one thing Coach Speak posted, was like Rattler saying that Olave needs to get the ball like basically every play.
Yeah. For Olave, it's just will he get
it won't matter. Rattler is so bad.
I think here's the thing. It could matter just because of ADP. Like, wide receiver this week is pretty fucking rough. So
if you want to
Olave is going behind guys like Wicks, Cooper, Judy, Dobbs. Like
that's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
Right. Same type.
I think Michael Pittman with Flacco potentially is a sick play.
I don't know about sick, but he's definitely more viable than probably Jerry Judy.
I think it's a sick play.
I think a sneaky.
Legette's back this week. Let's go. What?
Parker Washington running the Zay Jones route tree, and he's been pretty impressive. So I like a guy like that more than and looks like I thought. Yeah. Okay. So along the same lines of Pittman, I mean, Pierce is their deep target guy.
Wow, Pierce is back too.
So
interesting. Okay. Wow. A lot to think about with the Colts there. I think obviously Taylor's the 102 for a reason, but there's a lot to think about with the Colts.
Well, I think I will just remind folks that Flacco, last time we saw him in his 3-game stretch, looked pretty erratic and bad. And Jonathan Taylor's rushing efficiency did take a pretty big hit without AR. That said, it is a very nice matchup versus a poor rush defense. And he might get more targets with Flacco. But yeah, definitely in play. There is some volatility there.
We don't need to go full meteorology, but at this point, there's so much weather coming across the country that any game in a dome just seems smart to play.
Dome boner season, baby.
It's the dome boner, yeah.
Shout out Antwall in BBM. I was gonna after we draft this this Battle Royale.
I wish this was the BBM. Let's draft a BBM right now.
Let's check the BBM leaderboard. Ant, what's your vision? Drop it in the chat. Let's check it out.
Okay, we just had this pick and it went chalk. And then instead of Josh Allen, I went with Mike Evans. Steph was shouting out Bucky Irving.
I like it.
I would say I don't love Jacobs. I feel like
This is probably how I'd have it.
the Packers have had really, really easy matchups.
Oh, look at you. So consistent. Let's see. Yeah, if you've got a good sweat, feel free to share it in chat. I'm enjoying.
Yeah, I got Burrow to
community
Jamar
sweat.
Chase in my sweat, so let's go, baby. Come on. I told you guys all offseason. I told you 2020 is coming, baby. And I'm not talking about the year, all right? I'm talking about 2020. Whatever you want,
All right.
I don't care.
Bucky at 4.
Bucky for Steph. That's why I would do it, because her and everyone made me crack up last night.
Do you want to send me a screenshot, Steph? Because I'm not in the Puppy 2 finals, so I can't go in and look at your team. Guy in my Dynasty League is in first for really?
Yeah,
Right.
screenshot.
I can't wait to check
send
yeah,
it
the
to your mom.
screenshot equity.
Okay. Are we running dual running backs to start, or what are we thinking here?
I think that's totally viable.
Bowers is going to break 2 different records this game, and I think they know it, by the way. So I think he's going to break all-time rookie receptions, receiving yards, and he's going to break rookie receptions.
You like Brock over Brian Thomas?
Hell yeah, I do, baby. This is the Brock week. He loves best ball, by the way. He loves best ball. I'll tell you that much. This guy knows it's week 17, and he knows what he has to do. But he doesn't really need much. He needs 5 catches to break the rookie reception record from Puka, and he needs a total of, I think, 15 yards to break the all-time rookie receiving yards record. So
your narrative is telling me that they can take the foot off the gas and protect their asset going into next year. As Brian
nope, but their
Thomas
defense is so bad that Rattler will actually do something. Rattler will actually do something this game. This is the Chris Olave team. We've set it up perfectly. You go Bucky and Bowers to start. Last pick, Chris Olave. That's right, Anwall. You've been watching the BBG all summer.
There's worse. I got it, Steph. Thank you for sending it on every platform, though. Let's see. What a fucking crazy year. 3rd year in a row, Jalen Hurts is missing 1 or 2 games in the playoff weeks. That is a brutal pattern for a top 2 quarterback.
Shout out Jalen Hurts, who got me a top 40 finish in the gauntlet 2 years ago in the Super Bowl when he was the only player I had because he got 45 fantasy points.
Shout out Fantasy Dog. Hit that like if you haven't already, folks.
Damn, Fantasy Dog is actually the man. I will definitely.
He's the dog. Let's see.
Facts.
Jesus. Receiver or running back here, brother? I kind of like Brees Jones.
What say Brees Hall?
You know what? Let's fuck around with ADP.
Holy sheesh. Okay. I run Tajay Spears. I don't mind it.
I mean, like it's like the receivers are all pretty fucking flat.
Let's do Neighbors for sure, because the guy gets 15 targets when he plays, and it says P next to his name, which means probable. So you go Neighbors, and then you take Chris Olave, and now we have a super team. I'm serious.
I would much rather. I like the Ridley Spears.
Mason Rudolph stack. I think instead of Tajay, we should have gone to Okonkwo. Who's solid, and why are we minusing him? Just kidding.
Just because it's easier to type, brother.
It's equal. I get it. I'm just fucking around.
Tennessee stack with a naked QB.
Oh God, please stop.
What do you have you forgotten the
I've
data?
never done good in a battle royale once in my life either, so you should never listen to me. But
yeah,
I would like Chris Olave on this team.
Man, I really fucked up telling you about Olave so early on in the stream. Now that's all you got.
What are we
Olave on
supposed
the
to
brain.
do? Is there any drafts for tomorrow's game?
Yeah, the Saturday slate. Yeah, you want to
That's
draft some
what I'm
Saturday
talking
slate?
about. That's what we're doing after this.
You must have had a good week, brother. You're all rested and vibrant.
Well, we finished work for the week, but it was awesome having Christmas off. So work Monday, Tuesday, and then Thursday, Friday. Like, I love that. That's how all work needs to be. None of this 5 days in a row bullshit. Everyone needs a day off.
I agree with you there, brother.
Now, do whatever you want. I don't mind Mason Rudolph. To be honest with you, it's very sneaky. But this whole team now we're getting too weird, I feel like, because the whole team is sneaky. We have to take another receiver. You got to stop looking at tight ends. We have to take another receiver.
Brother, can you just let a man look at some wares? I think some weird shit can happen. No, I was definitely wanting Ridley there for sure. And then I really do think Rudolph is viable versus Jacksonville.
Absolutely. We're running double Tennessee. Yeah, must be.
Naked AOC.
All right, fire up one more of these, and let's do some Saturday slates.
Before we do that, I did want to we promise the good people.
Okay.
All right. So, and if you want to send me your sweat on Twitter or Discord or whatever, Super Shorty, aka Steph of Legendary Upside and Fabulous waiver wire column. Her puppy 2 sweat is Jaden Daniels, Chase Brown, Bucky, Algier, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. You'll love to see it. Oh, what a locker room presence. Let's see what else we got. Jamar, Nico, the floor game. But the Terry to Jaden Stack, Brian Thomas Jr., you'll love it. And then Jalen has come on lately, McMillan, with Andrews and Kittle. That team could totally get a nice little double elite tight end. Really interesting. I haven't seen a lot of double elite tight end making it into the finals. So that's fun stuff. And then a quick look-see at the BBM leaderboard through 3 games so far. And then Steph, you were saying that you know the person in the top 3 or the person in first. I recognize Cut Cutler. Jalapeno Jenkins came up a lot in the sim button. Shout out to Patrick Donovan, friend of the Discord, Bzigs in 11th. Didn't realize he was in 7th with the Lamar Kelsey stack. Still with Taylor, Cook, Connor, who's tracking to play. Puka leverage piece. Downs potentially godsend from Flacco with JSN, Bateman not doing much, nor Keenan, and then Otten out. Fantasy Flock in 23rd. Bijan, Cook, Connor, Ramondre to go. And the only receivers he has left to play are Thielen and DJ Chark. Ooh, Fantasy Flock. Okay, I see you. Okay. Shout out to A Hunt, friend of the channel Mathology. This is his buddy. Single BBM. Did not know he made the finals until Mathology texted him. Drafted 1, made 1. It's currently in 23rd for 75K. With Achan, Connor, and Chuba to go, Amon Ra. I mean, this is incredible. This team is set up very nicely. I was telling the people, BBG, we're checking out the leaderboard right now.
A Hunt, I read about this guy. His coworker had to tell him that he was.
It was Mathology. Mathology texted him. He's like, that's my buddy, and
that's his one team. That's his one
team. He did not know made the finals. And look at this team. It's set up well.
It shouldn't be there.
I wouldn't say that. I would just say that, like, look at this
Warren
Sunrun
didn't do
team.
shit. Achan didn't do shit. Amon-Ra was pretty average all year. Curtis Samuel did nothing. Dotson did nothing. Boyd did nothing. Andrews didn't do anything until week 5. Freiermuth never did anything. How did he get there?
Andrews ended up scoring 9 fucking touchdowns.
Oh, yeah. Well, I touted Andrews all year. I'm the guy with 25% of Andrews. Let me tell you, it's not a great advance rate piece.
Mooney was crushing for about 10 weeks, and now with
it's Mooney.
He's doing fine. Ladd, our Lord and Savior Ladd. And just ping-ponged Lamar. Yeah, it's just Achan, Connor, Chuba getting Warren points. Like this team is like, what, talk about a sun run. Like that's truly incredible.
No, that's awesome. And then there were 8. Wow, fantasy flock is in the finals.
Yeah, but that dude, look. This team is gonna fall down. It's got Bijan, Cook, Connor, Ramondre, which is nice.
Awesome.
But then the receivers are
bad. Yeah. Oh well.
All right, let's see.
There were 18 teams that only drafted one team that got to the finals. 18 of them.
Yeah, Helt. So this is the person that Steph knows in her dynasty league. Is currently in first with Lamar, Henry, Najee, Connor to go, AJ Brown, Adams, Reed to go, gets points from Worthy, JMO to go, Brock Bowers and Hunter
nice.
To go. Nice.
Let's go.
And then Antwall is in 486th. People at team real quick.
I'll take it. I'll take it every year, Antwall.
I don't think you. I hope
we got most of the games to come, you guys. This is it, man. This is the fun of it.
Oh, hold on. No, you're not. And X. There you go. Oh yeah, you are 46. Oh, you're tied. Oh yeah.
Oh, there's a huge
everybody's
tie.
46. Yeah. Let's see. You've got Darnold. That's fun.
O'Connell and Darnold. Wait, you have O'Connell, Bowers. Wait, Antwall. You have the nuts. You have it.
Jacobs, Pollard, Singletary, Kendra, Chuba. What a running back room.
Oh my God. Kendra Miller goes off for 35 and
Jefferson,
Bowers to
Adams,
O'Connell in the same game.
Dude, this wide receiver room is fantastic and a lot of fun. Jefferson, Adams, Smith, BTJ.
This is
Mooney.
Awesome, Antwall. Dude, what? I've seen this team before. I remember.
Made it through the playoffs with one tight end and essentially one quarterback. That's incredible.
This is awesome, dude.
Yeah. How did it advance? Podluck?
Exactly. How did it advance? We don't know.
Josh Jacobs.
Bijan, Jaden Daniels teams with
Josh Jacobs has been a workhorse. Chuba and Jacobs, and then Pollard getting you flex points. Jefferson and Adams. Adams gets the 30 bomb week 15. Smith scores like 17. Jefferson having a huge game last week. BTJ scoring over 20 the last 3 weeks. Just hitting the nuts every week. Dude, shout out Ant. Good luck this week.
Man, good luck, dude. I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for you, Ant.
I mean, there's less than 6% of the finals has either one of these guys. So quarterback leverage out the yin yang. And Darnold, we've seen Darnold and Jefferson hit together a lot. So that's definitely fun. That's man, I can't wait to see. This will be a lot of fun to revisit after Saturday. So Saturday morning, this will be interesting.
Let's run a Saturday draft.
Okay. Let me do this. Okay. Let's do Primetime Palooza. Is that the only Saturday?
Yeah, that's the only one. Let's do it. We can do it on my account if you want. I don't mind.
Oh no, brother. We're on the Fantasy Sanctuary. Mikasa Sukasa.
Hey, shout out Tyler. Shout out
Tom and Rich.
Tom. My bad. I've yet to meet Tom.
Same. He lives in the UK. No, I kid. I know.
I know. I mean, just even video wise. I don't even think you'd know who I was if we were on the same.
No, he does. I think the reason why you hadn't is because when for the marathon, you had to pop in via phone.
I popped in with Spags, I think.
Yeah. You popped in on an hour before. There was like an hour and a half before Tom and Rich could join.
Yeah, I watched you guys. Yeah, and that was funny because I remember I made you guys draft Emmanuel Wilson, Rashad Bateman, and I had some other pick that, but
directionally relevant. No, that was a
super
marathon
accurate.
draft. I take that back. Bateman and marathon was fine.
Bateman was fine. Emmanuel Wilson was the right running back to have, but anyways.
I mean, he was getting the Marshawn Lloyd thesis, sadly.
Yeah, well, that guy never was healthy the whole year, so good thing me and you took Marshawn Lloyd and Ty Chandler on all of our teams.
Directionally accurate.
That was legendary, dude.
Yeah, diversification. It feels like Puka for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Puka Connor, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking we push quarterback.
Absolutely.
I'm fine with
any one of those four could be quarterback one.
Yeah.
Even May. I guess there's 6.
Yeah, Connor's gonna be a little banged up, but his workload's been awesome, and they're just riding him.
Sorry, I just need to look this up. There's 3 games tomorrow. Oh my god, I had no idea. I thought there was
too many. Too many.
Honestly, I would like to just say that I hate this version of Week 17. I think this many games spread out is awful, and it's really effed up for best ball purposes, to be honest with you. But I would also like to say that there's only been like one best ball year that's gone completely clean, because like I guess last year was one of them, but like the year like Karain won, like the Monday night game, which was probably the highest scoring game of the week, was ended by, a heart condition on the field that didn't even see it through. And Karain won the Millie. And then like the year Herzig won, I think was the COVID year where like everyone sat or like half the team sat their players Week 17. So hard to know. What are we doing here with this Gibson over Ramondre thing? You buying into that coach speak?
I absolutely am.
Yeah, because last time they did that, they gave him the first carry, and then Ramondre got like 25 after that.
Right. So that's why I don't think he's going to be drafted over Ramondre. And what if this time it's legit? It's Estime. I feel like there has to be a running back here, unless you want to take the dip into receiver.
I'd be Marv, but it's fine.
Let's take the quarterback, because I think Herbert makes sense as far as
I'm Marv here, unless there's a tight end that is worthy of a pick.
Not Henry Disley.
No, I'm good with even Higbee at this point. Higbee was playing last week, so
all right, we'll do the Kyler Marv Connor stack, even though Marv and Kyler have both been
so now
inefficient.
Okay, we went Herbert.
Herbert versus New England's been a very nice pass matchup. Herbert's been rushing a lot. I think he's got one of the highest ceilings of the quarterbacks on this slate. J.K. Dobbins being back, Gus Edwards being out, I think helps as far as the pass game extension of the running backs. And New England's been able to be decently viable. So it's just as far as weird stuff that could happen. If Marv is useful, but Connor smashes enough for pick 5, that doesn't necessarily mean that Kyler's optimal. And there's a chance QJ comes back here to us to stack anyway.
Yeah. So what's up with Stafford, though? Oh, we already took Herbert. I'm an idiot. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So tight end.
I like Hooper a lot. He's splitting with Henry, getting some deep stuff, and he correlates. So I'm thinking QJ and Herbert.
QJ and Hooper. Yeah, let's do it. That's fine.
Cool. Yeah, Hooper and Henry are essentially equal parts of each other.
All right.
Who Hames? What's up, bud? I got second in a puppy semi-pod to a team with only 4 wide receivers. Only 4 on the team total. Is that what you're telling me? You're looking me straight in the face and saying you have a. Wait, so did it make the finals? I'm confused by your comment. Did you want to draft another one of these 4 total? Jesus, who are the 4?
Second in the pod, so no, it did not make the finals.
I don't know. One of the puppies did 2 to advance, didn't it?
Oh, maybe. I don't
I don't
know.
know. Too many fucking. Yeah, it made the final. Yeah. One of those puppies. I think it was the puppy. Which puppy is that? Is that puppy or puppy 2?
There's all
Which
kinds of puppies this year.
there were 70 something. What Hope said, what 75 or 78 total contests offered.
What is the 101 in this fucking?
I was just about to ask that same question. I think it's one of the chases.
Yeah.
It's probably Jamar, huh?
Well, yeah, you could argue weather, but
Steph knows because that's
up,
the one she has the final, right?
then you gotta go Jamar, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think with T being active, that lets Surtain kind of take the T heat, and then Chase can do his thing. I think Kyron splitting with Corum. I mean, he obviously gets there versus the Jets, but that was
a must-win game for both teams too.
Jets was a nut matchup. Arizona's been a pretty good defense, and against good defenses, he's kind of basically been meh without a touchdown. Yeah. So yeah, I like Chase here.
And Corum worked in a lot in that San Francisco game. Like he was a big part of their game plan. Yep. I think they're trying to break him in coming down the stretch here.
I mean, they're getting healthy as a team, and they're letting him get more opportunities, essentially. Mm-hmm. I think Haskins is very viable.
Not Vidal.
Gus out. Not Vidal. Yeah. If that wasn't Coach speak was that Vidal had some pass pro work he needed to work on, and then Haskins gets the easy touchdown that previous week.
I can definitely see that. I think we wait on quarterback.
I agree.
I think Higgins, actually, if we get Higgins Burrow double stack, that's
I think you got to do the double there. Yeah. But then your running backs are.
We got something, dude. We're gonna find something down there. There's so many with Estime and all kinds of weird stuff.
Estime and a 4 running back by committee. You gotta love it.
Let's see what this guy does.
Probably T, if I had to guess.
Or Burrow, maybe. Yeah, Burrow.
It does not dissuade me from taking T.
No, it doesn't actually.
I kind of want to do T and Dobbins and just call it.
Or Chase and Sutton. They kind of go hand in hand.
You want Sutton or T?
I like Sutton and McConkey, to be honest with you.
You want to do 3 wide receiver build?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I think those 3 are really, really strong. I like all of them individually this week. And to be fair, if Chase fails this week, I think Sutton also fails beside him. I think both of them kind of elevate each other in a way to where when it's pass pro, basically, like they're both going to shine target-wise. Whether the actual receptions get there and they score touchdowns and actually do good is another question. But if it's a shootout and these are both teams competing for the playoffs, they're gonna both get heavily targeted. I mean, Sutton is the wide receiver 1, Chase the wide receiver 1, McConkey is by far the wide receiver 1. Yeah. So
Cincinnati's been an awful defense versus wide receivers all season.
Yeah,
Portland Sutton's been able to eat in those matchups. McConkey.
It's more of a rain thing. It's not a matchup thing. It's a rain thing. It's not even Surtain. It's not a matchup. It's just. I don't know. I was listening to a podcast today, and they're talking about how Sean Payton's got him practicing with wet balls and stuff. It's just like, oh god.
Like, just like the the Saints were practicing in a freezer to prep for Green Bay, and
exactly. It's like you overthink it, and you get your players way too cerebral, and they're like not like,
I just want to note for Lad McConkey, New England's been a really bad pass defense, and I think they've got like 3 starters. Likely out or nursing injuries. Okay, we are up.
Gibson or Estime for me.
I think we take our.
If you like Gibson this week, I'm super into that. I really liked Gibson this offseason. I think him and Ramondre are very comparable. Is Jaleel out? Is the question.
Jaleel's back in, which is why I'm not to estimate, just because they're giving Jaleel, Javonte, and Michael Burton work with Estime.
Exactly. It's a total wild card. I don't blame you.
So I think Gibson's just a cleaner play as far as that goes. And then
And then
here the question
quarterback
is,
wise,
do we take our favorite tight end?
I like Knicks in a must-win game because he's going to run.
I mean, Herbert's been running as well, but
yeah, but I think Knicks in the Cincinnati game is just more susceptible, like, to him running, right? I guess New England could push the Chargers as well.
I don't think it's about I don't think it's about being pushed. I just think it's that the Chargers need to win and they can't really afford to let their foot off the gas. But I hear what you're saying about like they might their pass rate's been nice, but they do have a tendency to kind of just run the ball.
Yeah, but if they could run a smooth game, right? Like that's kind of what like Harbaugh would be into, and I think they could execute that. And then tight end, I think Higbee is a pretty big sleeper after coming back last week and scoring a touchdown.
They're still okay. I think Hooper's better because he's been more impressive. He's getting deeper targets, and they're
easing. I'll trust your judgment on that.
Well, so the thing about that is that they're still easing Higbee back in. Where was the quote on him? Yeah, they're progressing his workloads. So like they are very aware that you have to progress the workload coming off an ACL, especially for a guy that's 30. We saw the same thing happen with Hawkinson. It's about a 3 to 4 week ramp up progressively about what you can do and what you're doing on the field. And so I'd rather just take the guy who's going to.
But I've also seen Higbee be like 3 for 4 for 30 yards and 3, right? Like that's a game he's had, I think maybe more than once, to be honest with you.
Oh, and here's the hurry up. It's $3, $1K to first, and
I think that just opened.
I think it just dropped. Let's jump in there. ADP might be soft.
Let's go. I love when it's soft.
The
grower.
So Huham saying that he likes Marvin Mims a lot. I like Marvin Mims okay. I wouldn't say a lot. He's very boom bust. And then saying Vidal could be on that Chase Brown. I think
I like to call out on the sneaky wide receiver. I think that's where you do have to get sneaky. That's very fair.
For sure. You basically just need the receivers that
it's kind of like Justin.
If Mims scores, it's on a long touchdown, right?
Yeah, it's like Justin Watson from the 2-game slate on
good shout.
Wednesday.
Good shout. I don't know about Vidal and Chase Brown. Chase Brown was a better prospect in college. I'm pretty sure, if I recall, JJ Zacharyason's rookie draft model. And then there's also like, what's the path to like usage? Like, will this team actually let him be in a 50-50? So far, we've seen that Harbaugh and Roman will use 3 to 4 dudes in a rotation if they don't have the guy they want. Okay, here, you want to do Chase again, or do you want to do Chase Brown?
I think I'm still Chase, Jamar Chase.
Yep. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's just about Chase Brown had a lot of workload in college, and then it was a clean bet of the team basically told us, hey, we're going to use Moss, we're going to use Chase. With Vidal, this team Roman's usually used about 3 dudes, and we just saw that this year with like guys like Hassan Haskins getting used instead. Vidal's got to like really improve his game, and then there has to be a clear path. So I'd say it's not as clean of a path as of now, because Roman likes his guys. I won't be surprised at all if this room runs back Gus and J.K. Dobbins and then another third new guy. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's Justice Hill, right? Like I wouldn't be surprised if it's just all ex-Ravens guys.
No, absolutely. Or even Keaton Mitchell, like just,
I
they
think
really liked him.
Keaton Mitchell's on a rookie contract, but I think Justice Hill's a free agent next year.
He might have got paid, actually, if I remember that correctly. He might have got.
You're right. He did get paid. He did get extended. Yeah.
Okay, so there goes Burrow. The T. Higgins dream is still alive.
We could do the double. We could do the double with a brain back, or we could get
McBride is pretty interesting, right? I mean,
yeah.
As a separator at the position.
Yeah, you need the highest projected tight end in some of these lineups. So the question now is,
I think McBride is well above the other tight ends. So I like McBride. I'm good with Higgins, honestly, in this with the double here. We're not going to get Burrow with this team, obviously, but I think what we do is take a good running back after this, and then we kind of go for one of those weird wide receivers.
I like the shout.
We could also get weird with Cardinals running back, because James Conner is hurt. He hyperextended his knee. And
the quote literally was, if Connor missed any time, Michael Carter, quote, would get all the touches.
Yes, and he did. He was getting all the touches.
So I like that shout.
So I don't mind that. I think Connor's playing out of pride, not out of like sensibleness, to be honest with you. That knee injury didn't look terrible, but it was bad. Like
Jeff Mueller was saying, Fantasy Doc, he was saying there might be an expected production dip with the re-injury risk, right? And then if that
absolutely, happens, So I'm good with Michael Carter. He was a good running back for the Jets. I'm a Jets fan. He was decent when he got action. And he looked decently explosive last week. I will say, if we get Ramondre right here, I think that's a really interesting play at this point. Because we did already see this where they said Antonio Gibson's the starter, and then Ramondre proceeded to get 25 carries that same game. There he goes. So don't worry about that. Quarterback-wise, do you want to go Kyler with Trey?
I think I'm Herbert over Kyler. I'm Nixon Herbert over Kyler.
Okay, well, we got to think about the sneaky play. So maybe Nix, so we can get the Mims or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I think with this team, we're going one running back, and then we're going to take a really weird wide receiver. And we've also already got the bringbacks with Chase and Higgins, so that's fair to me. And then I'm fine with Mims, Franklin, even Vele. Like,
so
flip
are
a
we
coin.
Are we taking the Cardinals running back, or are we taking Gibson?
Ooh, Estime, actually, if you're down.
I mean, yeah, it's a bring back.
Let's just do it. Yeah, because it's stacked up. I think Peyton really likes Estime, by the way. He's always into guys he drafts like personally. So
yeah, he's also into using 4 motherfuckers in the back.
He is. But that's kind of how you win one of these, right? Is like no one can tell you who like the Broncos are going to use this week, but they might score 35 points, and Vele might have 25, Estime might have 25, Javonte might have 25. We have no idea. So I think taking a shot at the Broncos is pretty interesting.
For sure.
I think every other team is pretty obvious who's going to have 25, but the Broncos are the only team where you could throw your hands up. Oops. You could be
also think that the Broncos are the only team where you could take a non-drafted tight end, because every one of your
want to do
that. No, I'm just saying, like in this contest, if you're doing it, every tight end on this team except for Greg Dulcich before he got traded scored a touchdown in the last 8 weeks. So if you're doing pushing tight ends, a tight end scoring a touchdown will likely outscore almost every other tight end besides the guy that gets 6+ targets. Yeah, and you can also just play Sutton. And then shout out Fantasy Dog saying he needs a Foreman miracle. Foreman got stopped on the goal line, the 1-yard line last week twice without scoring.
Yes, you can just play Sutton, but at the same time, I mean, we're aware of what can happen here. I've been playing DFS each week. I feel like the Broncos, for some reason, are on these Thursday night games. And
Mims or Booty. Mims, Franklin, or Booty.
Let's go Booty.
Yeah, Kayshawn's been getting some serious good volume.
Give me that booty.
Give me that booty.
Give me that booty. All right, one more of those. One more. I have to hurry up.
All right.
We'll switch it up though. It'd be awesome to get the Burrow double stack. And the problem is when you get 30th place and you win like $50 and you look at first place, it'll have T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, and Burrow, and you'd be like, I fucking tried to do that like 10 times and it never works, but somehow some jabroni got it.
Jabroni.
That's
Oh, Steph with the alpha. Michael Carter was not promoted. So I guess we expect Connor and Benson to be the guys.
Okay, that's good to know. See, that's really good to know.
This is why Steph writes the best waiver column in the biz, folks.
Okay, do you want to take this the other direction this round then? Since we got the 101 again, do you want to go double running back to start and then see what we can do at wide receiver?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's go double running back. I love Chase Brown. I'd be Chase Brown over Kyron.
Yeah. Yeah, from a pure workload standpoint. Chase Brown. Okay, Jesus, Underdog. Let me make the pick. It's like you're not gonna draft Chase 101. Also shout out Fully Loaded. Pretty sure I met him in Vegas. Anyway, yeah, Chase Brown stopped the goal line twice last week, I believe, as well. And he has maintained a 95+% workload share, whereas Kyron is ceding work to Corum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's
to him saying, I'm honestly taking Chase Brown 101 Saturday slate. Raptors much different format. Yeah.
I liked how you spelled slate. That was cool. It was like slay, like Santa's sleigh.
We finally get some J.K. Dobbins coming back to us.
Wow.
That's that. I mean, if we're doing double running back, that makes sense.
Okay, at least we can take one of Sutton or McConkey. Steph, can you yell at us? Is it McConkey or Sutton, please?
I think we should do some McConkey.
I'm gonna let Steph yell at me.
Okay, BBG really wants his free yelling at him.
Okay. When I say anyone can score 20 on the Broncos, and you say it's obviously Sutton, and then I ask between her or McConkey and Sutton, then all of a sudden it's McConkey, obviously.
Fine, Jesus.
What? She said McConkey. She said McConkey. No time.
Oh, I wasn't reading. No.
Oh God, we just lost.
Fading Steph. J.K. Dobbins is back. Lad dies.
All right.
I mean, they're both similar plays, right?
Okay.
Sutton sees more raw volume typically, but Lad's much better. It's just who fucking catches the fucking touchdowns. I like
you
Lad.
Feel like this terrain will be right week 17, and May is going to put up 35.
No, I don't think they're. I just don't think they're going to let him. They're going to put the ball in the belly of their running back so much, to protect May.
The game's going to go by so quick. You're right.
Oh my. Okay, so all the running backs are falling. Jesus Christ.
Let's go QJ and Ramondre, right?
I don't think doing 3 running backs is viable, right? Yeah, it's not.
My bad. Oh, you're going Kayshawn over QJ? Okay. And then
I mean, I think because we didn't take Lad, QJ's probably the move.
Herbert?
Yeah, I think we do Herbert.
Tight end. I mean, does tight end matter right now? I don't think so.
No,
no, it doesn't.
Yeah. Herbert. I mean, one of these receivers
starting May in high stakes. God, I fucking love you guys. Oh my God.
It's probably because their options are thin.
Hey, they made it. They made it at least. That's awesome. Good luck.
It's probably because Hurts is out. If I had to guess, it's either Hurts or a Dak team or something like that.
Not Dak. No,
I'm just thinking of like why they're definitely starting May this week.
No, I get it.
Yeah, I mean, and then they're seeing similar types of volume. They both have good matchups. Cincinnati D bad, New England defense bad. Like they're both sat Geno. Okay, I got you.
Yeah,
equally bad option.
I sat Geno this week too with MP43 in the BBG League of Record, which we were in the finals in against Lumsky. So shout out David Lutomsky, who is in Best Ball Mania finals, by the way, and also playing me in the League of Record finals.
He's in the BBM finals?
Yes, he is.
Oh, shit. Good for him. I know.
Okay. He should be there.
Yeah, he's 153rd right now.
He's the man. He had 38 advancing teams.
I'll pull up his team once we're done with this.
Okay. He promised he'd give me 8%.
Why?
Because he really likes me.
What's it like to be liked by people and not hated?
I don't know. Hey Tyler, I got some new music for you though.
Hit me with your new music, and then we'll pull up your boy.
It's a whole new genre. It's
a new genre or
Yeah.
a fake genre?
Rip hop. It's like a combination of like a Treyu Dragon Force mixed with like trap and like new age rap.
That sounds awful.
It's terrible. and a little mix of like Suicide Boys in there.
Oh, so it's literally just it's 17-year-olds with broken monster brains.
It is. It's literally a
Thank you.
16-year-old playing the guitar in the weirdest way I've ever seen in my life.
All right, now send it to me on the socials. Okay, our boy David Lutomsky in 153rd with Jaden Daniels, Connor Spears, Corum, Dowdle to go. Nice. With the McLaurin stack. Oof, had Keenan and JSN. Oh man, this is tough. No CeeDee Lamb. Probably no Polk, no Malachi Corley, no Rondale Moore.
Oh no!
Yeah, that, and then no. Oh, and then
must suck to win $4,000 for free. Just kidding.
It's $8,000, but this is a team that more likely falls than rises. That's tough.
Saquon, James Conner, and Tajay Spears could pull you up quite a bit, but yeah. And
I mean,
yeah, you're done. You're done. Terry McLaurin needs to have like a.
I saw. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, Jaden Barkley, Connor Spears with McLaurin could keep you in the top 200, but that feels like one that drops like a fucking anchor.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I wish it was me though. I wish it was me. I'll say that much.
Yeah, Jaden and Terry's probably pretty chalky. Connor's very chalky. Saquon after last week's probably more chalky than we think.
Tyler, do you have Spotify?
Of course I have Spotify.
Okay. I sent you the link. I wanna see your reaction to this song live on stream.
Okay, I will react to it live, but obviously I can't.
Okay, we're off Fantasy Sanctuary, yes.
I'll have to I'll have to mute myself. I got one of our videos demonetized once. Let's see.
So did PPR Tyler. PPR Tyler got me with demonetization one time too.
I think for me it was I was scrolling Twitter on a start sit, and the NFL clips yelled at us.
Oh, they got you.
Mute myself. Here's the reaction.
You gotta wait. Hold on. This is great. This is so good. This is it, dude. Let's go.
Okay, here's the thing. I don't think that's a new genre. I think that's just a new name for this. It's essentially just like a remix mashup instrumental.
And
I actually
want to send you. I'll do it after this or like another time. But there's a version of him where he just does the guitar of it. It's not like with the kick snare and all that over it. It's really cool. Really cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know a couple of artists and bands that do this with like instrumental.
They drag the pick across the string like they're like ear, like with a turntable. Yeah. Like they go like ear.
Honestly, you making the sounds is
someone clip that and send it.
All right, now that my audio is not complete trash. Here's my Pitbull sweat.
17 points. Nice. Huge start from Gino.
Yeah. So we've got everything riding on Kyler Murray at quarterback. We got Chuba,
James Conner, Singletary. Tyron Chase is beat up, but Chase Brown, more importantly. Awesome.
Yeah. And then at receiver, we've got Chase Adams.
That's what I have. That's exactly what I have. Let's go.
There you go. Chase Adams, BTJ, and the rest.
Cooper even.
I don't think Cooper.
He's live.
And then, but here's the thing: McBride Hawkinson last week was
Nice.
good for 3 whole points. This week, hoping good for at least 15.
Dude, you're probably low owned those two guys in there.
Yeah, so
100K
that's
to first. How many people total?
156.
Oh, awesome, dude. That's such a fun dude. That's so great, man. I really like that team.
Well, here's the hoping.
ETJ, Cooper, Adams, Chase is awesome considering you have 3 starting running backs that haven't even gone yet.
Yeah, so I'm really hoping that Chase Brown and Jamar Chase, both guys don't get stopped at the goal line several times. I'm
No,
hoping
dude. No
Kyler.
way, dude.
I know Kyler's going to have a disgustingly ugly game against that Rams defensive line. I'm hoping Connor at least scores like his median 15 points before his knee gives out.
Can I give you a hot take?
Give me your hot take, brother.
I think the Cardinals win that game and they put up like 35 points.
I would bet my house against that.
That's just how I
They
feel.
have looked like dog shit the
No,
last
I know.
4 weeks.
I know, but I think I think Marvin Harrison, I think he gets a kick in the ass this week. And he says, dude, you're fucking pushing off of people. You are not 6'4", 200 pounds for no reason. You're running some man routes.
Oh, I did want to say, I promised some pick'em stuff. I want to share some of the ones I cooked up. I'm playing around with sliders. I sneaky think with Hurts going out, the rush efficiency of Saquon dropped considerably. So I still think he's used a lot, but it really does seem like AJ Brown becomes the engine of that offense with Kenny Pickett.
79.5 seems kind of low.
I slid him way down and I slid Bucky up essentially.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to shout that we saw that Bucky got some nice holes versus Dallas, but the Dallas D line is really good at creating pressure and Kenny Pickett is really bad. But the one I wanted to shout was Bryce Young higher pass yards against the Tampa Bay secondary.
Love it. That's awesome. Yeah.
Bucky slider to 99.5. Jaden Daniels over versus Atlanta's weak secondary with the Terry McLaurin rush receiving is basically the only weapon. Ertz did say he was feeling better from his shoulder injury that was hurting him more than the concussion, but Ertz is still very slow and very old. Lower DTR, I think DTR has never reached above 162 pass yards in any of his career games. Small sample, but he looks like dog shit. He's also nursing.
He's also concerned with is Mooney.
Yeah. And so Mooney was more of like his volume's been awesome. His metrics have been great outside of Kirk Cousins not hitting him. Penix was perfect for doing what he needs to do, which is just
right. And he's definitely not throwing it to Kyle Pitts, so that's true.
Point, click, shoot. AJ Brown, same thing of like he's
with Kenny Pickett.
Right, but it's the 40 to 50% first read target share. They just run them on slants and point, click, shoot.
Will they actually do that? Did they do that last game when he got hurt?
Yeah, it was almost all just like slants to AJ
really?
Brown.
Okay. Yeah, he kept drawing PIs.
Right. Well, that's the thing. It's a positive play for the offense, whether it's a PI.
That's not going to help for the 80 yards.
It's not, but Dallas's offense has not been completely trash either. Really needs to win the game.
But without Lamb, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, Phillies they're going to have their starters in for at least 3 quarters. I like AJ Brown to get there with that kind of volume. It only takes like 2 big plays. And then Chig,
I love that one.
Following the matchup, it's basically flowing through Chig and Ridley and Spears right now, and those guys are also getting pretty positive coach speak. So it seems like Ridley, Chig, Spears are kind of the engines being counted on late. And this is my way to get my BBM min cash this week.
Let's go.
So I wanted to shout that out and then just say that I like the Breece Hall higher. I like the Ridley higher. Jonathan Taylor lower receptions was nice before Flacco was likely to go in, so that might be cooked. James Cook versus the Jets defense, nice. And then I was brave enough to both bet against Joe Mixon in pick'ems and also bench him in my third place consolation brackets. So
Good job. Good job.
I know ball, bro. Did you want to do any more drafts, or we're reaching the hour 20 mark here? We can wrap this up if you're feeling like.
No, I ain't wrapping nothing up. I'm
All
running
right.
another
Well,
draft.
what are we ripping then, brother?
Well, that's a great question.
Or do we want to cook up a pick'em? Do we want to draft or do we want to pick them? Or did you want to talk some playoff best ball?
I want to do a pick 'em, but I also do one more draft on the Saturday slate. One more.
All right. Did you want to do a hurry up?
Yeah, do a $3 hurry up. Let's do it. Where'd they go?
It won't let me hit the fucking Underdog's not really cooperating with me today.
There it is.
There we go. Jesus. All right. Boom, 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 boom.
Okay, so we have run. Can you go to your exposures real quick? What have we done? Let's just take a look super quick. It was a lot of Justin Herbert. We have no Joe Burrow yet. We have a couple Bo Nix.
A lot of Jamar Chase.
Yes, we have. Yeah, Jamar Chase. But quarterback-wise, it's all Herbert, all Bo Nix.
Yeah, Herbert.
So
Herbert,
we have no other quarterbacks yet. So maybe this one we switch off of that.
Yeah, we
Austin
have the
Hooper on 3 of 4 is way too many. So
4th and 5th pick.
We can consider that.
I consider these nuts. This is probably a.
Could you imagine what it would be like to be smart enough to look at like what is Austin Hooper's freaking total yardage this week on pick'ems?
I mean, it's probably the average of the last
three
like games,
like 17 and a half or something.
No, I think it's
it's probably super low. So if you were smart enough to look at like what people are drafted as and what their projections are on their weekly drafted versus
26 and a half yards.
That's pretty solid, honestly. And so what is Gibson versus Ramondre this week on Underdog?
Let me just see what the Patriots. Ramondre's at 45 and a half rush yards, 59 and a half rush receiving yards, and then 9.85 fantasy points. And then where is Gibson? Gibson's at 29 and a half rush yards, 42 and a half rush receiving, fantasy points, 6.75.
So big leverage there with Gibson. Like you're on point with that. Okay.
Is Jamar Chase?
I know. What's this guy doing?
I'll take.
We're definitely going Chase Brown if this guy goes.
Yeah, I'm good with it. Brown and T feels like nice leverage.
Yeah, that's great leverage. Great leverage. Because the thing is, though Jamar Chase wants to win the Triple Crown and all that stuff, like they are actually competing for their playoff spot. So it does not matter what Jamar Chase wants anymore. This is all based on how the team can win. So
T's also playing for the contract extension next year.
True. Yeah.
And he's just a jump ball guy. So at the end of the day,
don't
Patrick Surtain very good, but big man catch ball, score touchdown happens.
Mr. Magic, what's going on? Dobbins or Spears, Cup or Garendo?
Ooh.
Let's do one at a time. Let's do Dobbins or Spears. I'm Spears.
Yeah, Spears is at least healthy.
I'm Spears for full PPR 100%.
Yeah, so but Dobbins does get Spears is like locked into 4 catches. Dobbins does get like probably 2.5 catch.
Yeah, but
higher lower.
We got to remember that Dobbins is coming off an Achilles, off an ACL, and then he just gets hurt and he's coming back the first week.
Wasn't it just an ankle sprain?
No, I know, but it's like this stuff all adds up. I'm telling you. I'm worried about the Chargers playoff run.
Mr. Magic, let me ask you a question. Yeah. Is there a world where you can start Dobbins and Spears? Because I'd rather start Dobbins and Spears than
Cup
Cup
and
and
Garendo. Wow,
Garindo.
that's yeah.
Because like Cup or Garindo, both are pretty volatile, boom bust. I'm not even sure if Garindo will play. And even if he does, he has a higher re-injury risk than either of Dobbins or Spears. I like the workload and the efficiency of Dobbins and Spears in PPR over Cup and Garindo.
If you like
Personally,
Dobbins, you better take him on this team, brother.
So with that, I mean, yeah, the workload, I think Dobbins over Spears, but Spears has been really explosive and the matchup is nice. But Dobbins' matchup versus New England is also nice. That said,
In full PPR, I just think even if Spears only gets like the ball 10 times, I think 4 of them are through catches.
all right, who else are we taking? Are we taking quarterback or are we taking receiver?
Cup is very interesting to get this late because of 2 down games. I'll say that much. And this
Arizona's defense has been
it's a
good.
must-win game for them. Let's go. This divisional game, Cup could eat them up. Let's go, Cup.
He's been so dog water.
No, I know, but this doesn't matter.
Oh, so I mean, yeah, I think my co-host would probably say Dobbins over Spears, but I think I'm Dobbins and Spears over both Cup and Garindo. I think
You guys are
Garindo.
so in on Dobbins over Spears.
It's just workload. Like we've seen Dobbins be given like with Gus out.
Right.
Dobbins' total workload's like what? Probably like
so
15,
you're just kind of
18
thinking
touches?
like Pollard might score the touchdown if they get to the goal line, kind of a thing.
It's just Pollard is likely to take at least 8 to 12 touches away in the game. It's a nice matchup for both guys. Yeah, the Dobbins matchup is nice, and
They wouldn't have
nice.
it back if he wasn't healthy. I think they would though, because Gus Edwards is out and they have to make the playoffs. And he's also a warrior.
Let's get this pick locked in. I think Herbert coming all the way back around to us is nice. And then
yeah, I'm fine with that. I don't really care about diversification too much. And then tight end.
We can do the Will Disley stack with Herbert. We get to take him.
Yeah, or Gesicki. I mean, Gesicki's the tight end 1 for Cincinnati.
Yeah,
but we already have 2 Cincinnati.
In games with T, he's basically useless.
Yeah, let's do Disley. That's fine.
That gives us the double stack with Herbert. Yeah, so I mean, and this is what I'd say. I'd say that Spears and Garindo are the coin flip, and Spears is healthier. And if finals week, I would hate to see a guy re-injure himself. Garindo seems more likely to play week 18 than week 17 right now. The O-line's a little banged. I would lean on the healthy guy he's looking explosive. He's had back-to-back awesome weeks, and the coaching staff is talking about continuing to ride him. I'd feel really good about Dobbins and Spears in my lineup in PPR. I don't feel good about Cup, and I don't feel good about Garindo. So like I'd roll with Dobbins and Spears because if you're asking Cup or Garindo, I'm assuming this is a flex spot. So I'd say Dobbins and Spears give you nice floor and ceiling combos with matchups, workload, and efficiency.
That's scary.
He doesn't have to bounce back eventually.
That is scary.
He could be a slow burn. Here's the thing with aging players that were already on a downtrend coming out of the year. What is like outside of bounce back narrative, which fine, but like he's looked kind of poor. The offense has now gotten back Higbee that they're going to get back into the rotation.
I haven't heard any, like, has he actually been bad? Like, has he have no separation? Like, is there any data behind this? Or is this just like, he's not getting targets? Like, I don't know, because there's a lot of different ways where this kind of stuff happens. Because Cup isn't a diva. He's not like, oh, I need 15 targets a game. He's like, if we're winning and I can take away 2 defenders at once, like I'm happy to do it, kind of a thing. So if that's what he's been doing, I don't mind it, but it's like, what has his separation been? Is he actually slowing down? Okay, Cup and Garindo is another league.
Oh, what we got?
Joey Lopez, best ball guy, was more spot on. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Joey.
I think it's valid to say riding the running backs in PPR, they're seeing. The thing with J.K. Dobbins is New England just got tore up by running backs. J.K. Dobbins is going to be the goal line back. So last time I checked, touchdowns are the highest scoring points per play And the Chargers are likely to score a lot.
I
The
think if
Rams,
you're playing Dobbins, you're banking on a touchdown. I think you'd be happy with 40 yards and a touchdown if you play Dobbins. And Spears is I think you're guaranteed 4 targets. So if he catches all of them, in a full PPR league, like I think Dobbins might not have a single target, to be honest with you.
Cup was like wide receiver 4 for a few weeks. I mean, okay, so here is past 5 games. He caught the 92 yards and a touchdown, and then he caught the 8 receptions, 60 yards. So PPR merchant with the touchdown versus Philadelphia. Both of those instances, the offenses were being pushed. Against New Orleans, all they had to do was run the ball. Against San Francisco, gets blanketed with coverage,
rain game.
And they run the ball.
Super rain game.
Okay, well, so my point is Arizona's defense has been much improved. The divisional games are usually like really tough, fought out, stupid bullshits. The run game is more healthy with the O-line. And so if you're telling me like my shit's on the line,
it's a must-win game. This might be Stafford's last year playing. I think if the Cardinals are good on defense, I think that means they're bottling up Kyron Williams. They're double covering Puka, and I think Kupp is the outlet.
So here's the thing. So right now,
this is more for the drafts we were just doing. I just like to emphasize this, but for what you're asking, I think Spears is a strong play for a floor-ceiling combination. I really do. I don't think
for the record,
I don't think you get less than 8 points from Spears this week.
Oh, here I wasn't sharing my here's a fun little best ball guy likes to reference the pick'em lines.
Sure, Spears, look at that, 11 points.
And what do we think Cups is?
I don't know. 10 less. Okay, that's fair.
On half
I'm in on Spears.
On half
it's the Dobbins that scares me, you guys. Like seriously, I just don't.
He's had an extra week to heal from the sprain than thought. So right now the higher is juiced over for rush attempts.
Yeah,
really
and I will add, sorry to interrupt.
Over under rush receiving. Like I said, he's expected right about 2 receptions.
No, but when he first got hurt, he was not planning on going on IR. He was not. He wanted to keep playing.
Yeah, so I think they did him preventatively, and now he's back. And when he was in a full-time role, look at that. His 4 game was 7 points against Tennessee. Everything else,
but look at that downtrend, man. 17, 14, 15, 11. It's all kind of just like it's classic, man.
When they shut him down for his ankle sprain, yeah.
No, well, the offense went from into a more pass-heavy game script.
Yeah, versus Baltimore, who's the number 1 defense in the NFL right now. They've been the number 1 defense in the last 6 weeks. Yeah,
versus Cleveland, was that against Winston? Must have been.
Yeah, had to have been.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like,
no, it's fair. It's fair.
Goal line back. Gus is not taking away the goal line role. And that's
let me ask a question. I have a theory that Drake May really pushes them this game. I think he balls out. What do you think the Chargers do if Drake May goes up in a lead? Do you think Dobbins is out there on 3rd downs? Like, do you think it's Haskins? Do you think it's Vidal? Do you think they're using the run game at all?
Let's pull up.
Or is it only if they're in control of this game?
All right. I'm pulling up the Coach Speak Index, who analyzes and tracks and consolidates all the Coach Speak. Yesterday, Jim Harbaugh. JK looked good, had a good week of practice, will make final determination on his game status today. They activate him for the game today. Let's see. And before that, it was just talking about Vidal needing to do better. So at the end of the day, Roman likes to ride one guy to be like the workhorse, and the other guys mix in as change of pace.
Yep.
Right. So right now, that's J.K. Dobbins, and then a tier gap because Gus Edwards is his trusted vet that's now out. So now it's Vidal and it's Hassan Haskins.
No.
So
yeah, you're right. With Edwards out, you're right. It's you almost have to play Dobbins.
So the things with Spears is like game script to an extent. Game script versus the Jets for sure. Last week, the game script, it was a competitive game, and they just rode Spears. Not just rode Spears. Spears got goal line touches back-to-back weeks.
No,
Coach
it wasn't.
Spears
It was 7-30.
for last week.
Yeah, it was Titans versus the bank. Titans versus
Hold on.
it was 7-30, and Spears scored twice against the Colts. It was Tennessee Colts. It was 7-30, and Spears scored twice.
Let me pull this.
The Titans scored like 3 touchdowns unanswered. Then the Colts scored once to win the game.
You're right. It was a scoring affair both ways. That said, we just saw.
But also, Spears, both of his touchdowns were goal line carries with Pollard healthy.
That's what I just said. But yes.
Sorry.
I said game script be damned. He got goal line work, and then you were gonna. Yes, you well actually mean that it was 68 points combined. That said, Tennessee's defense is very bad. They just gave up all that.
And Mac Jones can cut the ball around. Like, I think it's going to be a high-scoring game, to be honest with you guys.
BTJ can speed up that game. They've got the running backs available. Yeah. And at the end of the day,
I don't think it's going to be playing from behind, like you said, or not playing from behind, like you said. I think Jacksonville might score twice before they even score once, to be honest with you.
I don't think it matters. When both defenses suck, like we just saw with Tennessee and Indianapolis, scores can happen at will. And at the end of the day, we just saw that happen. We just saw that with the Jets. You know, the Jets and Jags went back and forth because both defenses suck, and the two offenses just scored at will. And here's the thing with the Guerrero. Guerrero is nursing a hamstring injury. So soft tissue, hammy, can be re-injured really easily. They just did this with Mason a month ago.
I don't think they care after being in the Super Bowl. I mean, they've been in the Super Bowl like 3 times the last 6 years. Like, they just don't care. Like, it's over. You know, Kittle cares. Some other players care, but I just the whole slow the clock down, win the game, run the ball. I just don't. I don't think it's. They don't even have Trent Williams. The
replacement for Trent Williams has been pretty solid. I think the problem is just like the whole team is banged up and not playing super well. Purdy included in that.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, like they have no reason to, like load up a guy coming off a hammy.
And also the reason you always love Niners running backs is because that play action play. I mean, they set it up so perfectly, but with Debo being so bad, with Ayuk being out, they like just don't have it anymore. Like they don't have this play action game. And so it's just not a good situation.
So here was the 23rd. Shanny said guard Aaron Banks, offensive tackle Jalen Moore, and left tackle Trent Williams will all miss the last 2 games of the regular season. Guerendo's day-to-day. He's trending in the right direction. Hopefully he'll be good to return to practice Thursday. Fast forward to Thursday, limited in practice.
Yeah.
So I would just say that like with the re-injury risk, with a speed guy who is Guerendo's only struggled with a hammy. Like that's been the only injury he struggled with all season. And that has been his Achilles heel. So at the end of the day, in my finals, if I can ride fully healthy guys that are playing really well, that are getting really strong coach speak, I'd just rather do that. I don't want to risk it on Cooper Kupp bounce back. Because at the end of the day, it was just Cooper Kupp. It was against really good teams pushing them. Arizona and the Rams, their team total and their Vegas total suggests it's going to be a divisional.
And they were still alive. That's the whole thing. They were.
But yeah, so it's like Arizona's been struggling. So as far as like this is more likely to be a 16-13 game than it is a 30-24 game, which does not behoove Cooper Kupp getting massive volume.
I think it's a 6-24 game.
But point being, I don't think Arizona's going to score a ton. I don't think the Rams are going to have to throw a ton.
Sorry, I was talking about Detroit Niners.
Right. So right. So like I'm just saying, like all things considered, Kupp and so Arizona and San Francisco are offenses that have been struggling, and Detroit. And so the thing is, Detroit will absolutely push San Francisco as far as play volume is concerned. I'd rather push that for the pass volume. So I don't like the matchup in the stakes for Kupp and Puka, but especially Kupp, especially at this time of the season. They just seem to be going run heavy to protect Stafford and control the game. Both defenses are playing really well. Both teams know each other really well. As far as San Francisco, I get it. But you have an explosive running back in PPR who is healthy. So it's like the Dobbins workload, the Spears workload, and the efficiency. That's it. I'd rather ride those two, all things considered, in PPR than risk Cooper Kupp just flaming out at the end of the season for a multitude of viable reasons, or risking it on a Shanny running back nursing an injury that should be fine, because he's been really reliable on that.
I'd also like to throw out, who would like to see me and Tyler run a dynasty team together where we can argue over one start sit for 45 minutes? You guys want to see that next year?
I absolutely would only play in Dynasty if it was best ball, because start sits are brutal. And this is what it is. Like, I just gave you projected points. Like, everything I said.
Honestly, listen to Tyler.
Projected points favored Spears and Dobbins over Kupp and Garendo. Just saying. I don't even think they have.
Steph's got an opening. Steph got an opening, Tyler. We're in there.
Bonk. So Garendo does have the higher. Garendo does have the higher fantasy points, but you've got to push it to Monday, and then you can't. If he's not active, you're fucked, right? And I don't like that for finals.
I'm in there, Steph. Get me in. Hit my DMs on Twitter.
Give that to Eric.
Best Ball Guy. I will hop in there with, if not Tyler, NP43. So don't worry about it.
Yeah, you'll do it. I swore off Dynasty.
We're running to pick him. Okay, and I'm going under on AJ Brown's yardage. Can we get an under on that?
What is wrong with you? Why?
I don't look at it's way down for you. Bet it at 79.5.
Like, yeah, what? For 1.2.
Okay.
Relax.
Okay. All right, leave it alone. Leave it alone. I don't want to go against you. No, actually, I don't want to go against you.
I'm just. This is for reference.
I just don't think they're going to need to throw that ball that much. Against Washington, he barely got there, and it was an overtime game, 36-33.
That was only after what? Like, they had a 2-score lead.
It is best ball, Tyler. It's freaking best ball dynasty.
You just, brother. They were up 2 scores while AJ Brown was getting fed by Kenny Pickett.
I watched the game, man. It was so unrealistic. I mean, Kenny Pickett looked like a lost puppy out there just throwing the ball to AJ Brown. It's not going to look like that this week.
But that's what I'm saying. We are building a pick 'em. You want to take the lower on AJ Brown yards.
I don't want to go against you, though. So
we're building a pick 'em. This is called a hedge.
Okay. Yeah. Lower, please.
Lower 68.5.
Yeah. I'm willing to go lower at 58.5.
I mean, I'll slide it. You want to slide it down?
Slide the shit out of it. Wait, it's only 1.1?
Yeah, 1.11x.
That doesn't seem worth it. No, go up a little bit just in case. Yeah, it's fine. Just leave it at 1. Okay.
Oh, you were talking about the Dynasty League. Yeah. Okay, cool. I don't have to do start sits, but I still have to manage it with you fuckers. It's
no, I got you.
It's not my format. All right.
Okay. What's someone we really like this week?
Bucky.
What about? Okay, I'm good with Bucky. What is Bucky's line? I mean, what about Mike Evans, man? Do you not think he's getting this 1,000 yards, even if
I'm just worried about? I'm worried about the hamstring and Baker Mayfield. We were talking about an offensive line and a quarterback that looked lost. Those guys looked totally outmatched versus Dallas.
Can you show me Baker Mayfield's pass attempts?
It was 43 versus Dallas. A lot of that came in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. What is his line?
His line is 243.
30.
Oh, for the pass attempts?
Yeah.
Well, and I think that's because they know that they can just run the shit out of the ball versus Carolina.
Okay.
And I guess versus Carolina last time around, it was 33 attempts, 235. I believe that was the game that Bryce Young popped off for. And the game was really competitive the entire game.
Are you serious? Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think that was his 27-point game.
Okay.
Here, look. Yep. Look at this. 46 attempts, 23.
Wow.
Rushing
okay,
TD.
so what's his attempts this week? I'd be willing to go over 30 if it's
21.5 with juice to the higher.
That's scary.
I mean, in games where they weren't able to run the ball very much,
Do you want to do Bryce Young over and then a receiver over as well?
I think yeah. Do you want to do his pass attempts? Do you want to do his yards? Or do you want to do his fantasy points? Is the question.
I don't mind fantasy points because he does rush the ball as well. What's his points
Yeah,
at?
the scramble rate. I like the. And then hold on.
Oh,
We have
16.
this.
Yeah, let's go 16 points. Yeah, definitely. I really like that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I like that too.
He
Mr.
might run
Magic.
for 30 yards and a touchdown, honestly.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be Philly D without CeeDee Lamb. Hold on, let me see. Eagles or
Yeah, I go Philly.
would you ask US Colts?
Colts are playing the Giants.
I mean, the Colts defense IRL is much stronger, but yeah, the Giants have been bad, and Drew Lock has been dreadful.
You know what? Yeah, go Colts. Go Colts.
Checking the ranks. So for whatever it's worth, Thorman's initial ranks had Philly ranked as the number 1D. That was before Lamb was ruled out, but Indianapolis was ruled number 3. So this is where it's like I don't know what your D scoring settings are. If it's yardage heavy, probably like if it rewards less yards, probably Colts. But if it's purely like turnovers and points allowed, the Philly defense is really strong. The Giants could just run the ball a lot and shorten the game. Cooper Rush without CeeDee Lamb, though. And the Philly defense has been pretty strong.
What's Ferguson's line at?
That's a good shout. Probably got slightly boosted, but probably not enough. 40.5 receiving yards, 4.5 receptions with the higher.
In the first quarter? He just needs one catch in the first quarter?
I think.
They have been running Schoonmaker out there. I will say that they're running 2 tight end sets. It's not like he's taken away from him, but it might take away like a couple targets total.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I want to play this because
kind of like 6.5 targets over.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
I'm good
and we
with
might
that.
find a better. We might find a better line.
Let's do that.
Evening, James. How you doing, bud? Hit that like if you haven't already. Appreciate you joining Best Ball Guy and myself here on the channel tonight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's another a fun line here?
Let's look. What do we got?
What's a Tajay Spears receiving line?
That's a good shout. They only have his touchdowns or fantasy points.
I don't like that. Yeah, I'm not in on that. I want receiving line. I don't care about.
I mean, like what he's seen.
I'd probably go lower on that, but he might score. So I don't know.
So I don't think Pollard's going to get ruled out. I think it's going to be like the last 3 weeks where he gets a walkthrough Saturday, he's active Sunday, and he sees some work. Yeah. So and I think Spears is a strong play regardless because Pollard can re-aggravate, be ineffective, or the game script can just get away from things.
Okay, go to what about a Bo Nix rushing line, or just a Bo Nix line in a must-win game against 2 teams that are playing must-win in the rain?
You keep saying rain. What are the weather?
But there's a bunch of rain and wind in this game.
And Broncos.
19.5. I want to take the over. I feel like he's going to be. I can picture it now. He's dropping back. It's raining. Doesn't see anyone open. He just a quick scramble.
Wouldn't they just spam the shit out of the ball? I mean, I don't mind it, but
I don't know.
Let me see.
Chase Brown for more or just under Bo Nix fantasy points is interesting.
So 6 hours ago, the weather forecast was cloudy with a high of 60 degrees. As the game progresses, showers are expected throughout the game.
Okay, so not that bad early.
Yeah, so kickoffs at 4:30. The rain, spotty rain.
I just think with the poor Cincinnati defense, it only takes 2 runs for this guy to get to 19 yards. Like realistically,
it's 50% chance of rain expected by like closer to second half kickoff.
Okay.
As of 6 hours ago.
I'm not sure about that. Yeah. So in my mind, when I picture this rainy game, I just picture Bo Nix like setting up to pass, but then kind of running on his own a little bit more.
But they also do a lot of short passing as extension of the run game, though.
No, they do. They throw it to Javonte. They do a lot of that stuff.
So
If we took pass attempts over, is this a game where there's a lot of
Good reference.
incompletions?
Good reference there.
Exactly what the hell does he wear? Someone Google it. I'm Googling it right now. Sean Payton in the rain images.
I think if we're talking about all this rain bullshit and low
He's just wearing a fucking jacket. He wants to get the fuck out of there. He wants to get out of there. He's running the ball.
So
he's running the fucking ball.
Do we do lower longest completion?
Yeah. Let's do that.
35 and a half.
Let's go. Yeah. Let's go. I like
rainy
that.
ball. He looked like he was kind of over clutching and having some accuracy issues.
Let's go Burrow under 282 as well. That's a high line. That's a high ass line. 282 with half the game raining. With Higgins banged up. Is Surtain's playing, right?
Yeah, but Surtain's not like shadowing everybody.
Dude, but like if Higgins is banged up and Chase is being double covered,
hold on, I'm curious. For reference, Herbert goes 284 last week versus Denver on just 30 attempts for what it's worth. And Burrow is at what, 282? So that seems totally viable. Just saying. But I know that was good weather.
Surtain's playing, bro. Let's go lower. We're taking this game being more of a flop. This is like a 17-13 game of some kind.
Well, then do you want to lean into the Chase Brown correlation as well?
Not really. I just kind of want it to be a low-scoring game in a way.
Well, I mean, his rushing attempts are set at 16 and a half.
I'm good with over that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If we're going to do under yards for Burrow, it just makes sense to correlate with the Chase Brown.
Yeah, I like this. This is a fat pick 'em. Let's do it.
All right, let's go. I'm so tempted to just take an all under. Pick him now.
All right, well, I got to pee. Hold on.
Go for it. I'll hold it down. We'll look for another line. If anybody's got a nice line they want to shout, what's McMillan at? $40.5 for McMillan. Nice matchup versus Carolina. He's gone over that the last 3 weeks. I kind of like that. Kind of like that. And then Rachaad White was basically getting yelled at by coach. Lower than 9.5 rushing yards. The favorite there. What's up, Gerardo? Yeah, I am big on the Bryce thing this week. We in this pick'em have Bryce over fantasy points, so I'm right there with you. It's just not sure who's going to hit it there. What's Payne Durham? How do you feel about Jalen McMillan over 40.5 receiving yards versus Carolina?
I'm fine with it.
If you don't feel strong, I wanted to throw it out there.
No, I like it.
Because he's for reference, and I know they lost versus Dallas, but he's gone over that in the last 3 games. He didn't get there versus Carolina. But
I like it because it's the same reason that you bet on worth. This is the reason why you take rookies in these best ball drafts, is because they break out late season. So when you can get a line that is less than, what he's been doing during his breakout, like that's good for me.
Well, and then and I even say I'd be tempted to ladder him with the slider, because if Evans, I think he's been questionable with, I believe, a hammy.
I'm good to go like 60 yards, McMillan.
Oh, we want to ladder it?
Yeah.
How much? 49.5?
Sure.
He's still gone over that in the last 3 games.
Yeah, let's do it. That sounds great. That sounds great.
Cool. All right. So this is our this is our BBG emo slip tail if you want. Nice 7-legger.
Before we leave, we're
Yeah.
doing one more. But go
one
ahead.
more pick 'em or one more draft.
Pick them. Present my screen.
All right, swapping.
Okay. So I learned this. Sorry that we have the white on each side. From
White
NP43.
apologist.
He turned $5 into $1,300 doing this 2 weeks in a row. All we need is 3 games that are going to shoot out. So Tyler, give me 3 games this week that are going to shoot out.
Wait, who? I missed the setup for this. Who did?
NP43 turned $5 into $1,300 just doing this.
Just by identifying the shootout?
It's all touchdown props. That's all we're doing. It's all
touchdown props.
It's all touchdown.
Yeah, let me look at the games. Hold on.
It's all touchdowns, baby.
So the games we have for shootouts, definitely not. Well, Chargers versus New England, I can see.
Okay, how about a booty touchdown?
No, hold on. I'm looking. I'm just going through the list and I'm looking at who I want to identify as touchdowns.
Throw them in the chat. Who's going to touchdown this week? We're going to take 6 touchdowns.
Hold on. Let's see. What was? Where'd you go?
Ideally, maybe like 2 or 3 running backs, but 3 wide receivers or
Saquon.
Or tight end.
I think Saquon without Hurts is a lock.
That's fair. Okay, that's an easy one.
I agree with
0.73 though, so it's like.
I agree with Steph though. Tampa Bay, Carolina seems like a shootout. I think Bucky.
Okay, let's do a Bucky touchdown. But also at the same time, like Rachaad White might just get that carry, you know?
Rachaad White got some really negative coach speak. I just want to ride the good guys who are getting a lot of volume and nice matchups.
Chase Brown seems inevitable.
That's a good shout. Like we said, he's got stopped on the goal line twice.
Okay. I'll do Bucky for Steph because Steph's a homie. Okay, so we have 3 touchdowns from running backs. Let's get 3 wide receivers and or a tight end now so we get some extra multipliers here. So in these games, okay, you know what? We got to play the other side. Okay, who for Dallas is going to tight end? Brandon Cooks? Tolbert? Someone give me something weird. Turpin? I need a big multiplier here.
Tolbert's going to have the biggest multiplier, and I like Tolbert more than I like Brandon Cooks, I think.
Not even here.
Tolbert's not listed?
No.
Wow.
Cooks has got 2.5 for a touchdown.
Oh, Adams.
Devontae?
Yeah, for the 500th touchdown.
Okay.
Oh, 1.25. Nice.
Okay. Adams.
Let's see. Who else do we like?
I'm interested in a Dallas touchdown. Ferguson, maybe?
Dowdle's plus money.
2.28 for Ferguson here.
Garrett Wilson. Cooks downfield. Yeah, it's just how much downfield he's going to get there.
I don't mind Cooks, dude. Let's do Cooks.
The Philly defense has been really fucking good, too.
Yeah, you're not wrong. But at the same time, when the game is like almost over and they're feeling lazy, they just let someone score.
Hey, Tajay Spears is 1.37x rushing touchdown.
Ooh, rushing, though.
He's gotten 3 goal line carries for 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, but I want this combined. I don't want it separated.
You asked. I was providing.
No, it's fair. I'm keeping Brandon Cooks. We have
Ridley's an interesting shout. He hasn't been getting a lot of red zone looks, but I do like the volume is good.
Per player?
Oh, Brian Thomas Jr. What are we talking about? He's the engine of the offense.
1.27. Okay.
He's gotten 3 touchdowns in the last 4 weeks. Or 4 touchdowns in the last 4 weeks.
Give me one more, people. One more touchdown shout out here.
Chase is not a bad shout. Let me look.
Denver. Jamar Chase. We have Chase Brown and Jamar Chase, though.
Yeah, but those are like the 2 guys.
Okay.
Yeah, who do we like more, Jamar Chase or Chase Brown? I think Chase Brown's a better favorite, and I think the odds reflect that.
I don't want to do both of them. I just feel silly about that.
Okay, then take Jamar Chase out.
Yeah, I
am. Justin Jefferson.
1 or 2 more. Jefferson? Yeah.
Jefferson's at 1.07. And
That's not great because he's not a big touchdown guy.
well,
He's really not.
He's got 5 touchdowns the last 3 weeks.
I know, which is
Oh,
like
that's
like
a
sun running for him.
Terry McLaurin is a great shout, guys. Thank you. I forgot. Atlanta and Washington should be a
It's a
really
rainy
nice
game. Can you
shootout.
check the weather on this one, Tyler?
Atlanta's
I heard this
dome.
game is pouring.
Are you being serious right now?
Yeah.
Hold
I
on.
heard this is a super rainy game in Washington or something.
Is it at Washington? Hold on.
A little. Okay. It might. I'm listening to a podcast that came out this morning at 10 a.m. So they also admit they don't really know, exactly what's going
All right,
on.
hold on. Let's see. I'm looking at the Week 17 weather report. Scrolling. The rain and wind in northeast is expected to wrap up sometime late afternoon or early evening. Should be clear before the game. Shouldn't be much of an impact for this morning. God,
Okay.
You're so sweaty.
It's okay. I need one Carolina player who's going to score a touchdown. Bryce Young rushing touchdown.
That's the tough part is who fucking knows. Chuba's
Bryce Young rushing touchdown is 2.4.
Yeah, because it's all been long touchdowns for him. Oh, that's a good shout. Dobbins, we just talked about him as the goal line, and he's plus money at running back.
We're getting a little too crazy, though, because the reason this worked last time is because we stacked games. So we have Saquon versus Brandon Cooks. So I don't want to take like every single game. I want to like mix and match a little bit. So I'd like a Tennessee player. I'd like to take a Carolina player. I'd like to take a Denver player. If you have one of those 3, I'd be happy to hear about it.
Well, the Carolina player's probably got to be Chuba or Thielen. It's hard to trust anybody else there.
I kind of like Bryce rushing almost for a very.
Bryce's rushing touchdowns have both been like over 16 yards. That's why it's
less than 1 for Chuba.
So go Thielen.
Okay.
Leggett's questionable with a leg. It's not the best matchup, but it's 1.68.
Okay, we got Thielen. What about Buffalo? What about Buffalo or Denver?
Probably James Cook or Shakir.
James Cook is 0.94. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, that's real nice.
Oh, I can't even do
Josh Allen.
We're at the max amount.
What's Josh Allen?
Is there anything we want to take away from
Josh Allen is a 0.9x rush touchdown.
I can't even add anymore. This is it.
No, I'm throwing it out for options of swapping in and out.
All right, so we got Saquon, Chase Brown, Bucky, Adams, Brandon Cooks, Brian Thomas, McLaurin, Thielen. If we put $5 into this, we win $1,625.
The Brandon Cooks one is so toast.
Really?
I think that's the weakest one for sure.
If we take that out, it's $364 only.
What's another? Hold on. So the games we were going for.
What about Ferguson instead?
I mean, Ferguson's even better odds.
$1,600 just for Ferguson to score instead of Cooks.
Yeah, Steph is with me. I'd rather have Josh Allen in over Cooks. I know the odds aren't as nice, but still, if we're talking about.
What do you mean, Josh? Josh Allen for what? A rushing touchdown?
Rushing touchdown? Yeah. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Steph. I think Dallas could be a lot of field goals without Lamb. If Lamb was in there, I'd be taking Lamb.
All right, $650 for Josh Allen, Thielen, McLaurin, Brian Thomas, Adams, Bucky, Chase Brown, Saquon.
Here, let's look at the Buffalo receivers real quick.
It's a Kincaid week.
Shakir's at 1.56x. Kincaid is at 1.97x. And Steph just says no. Let's Let's see.
Let's just run this.
Hold on. You're so ready and willing to rip, and I respect it. Let's see. What were the game environments? Were Tampa Bay, Carolina, Buffalo?
I think this is silly because we're just taking so many different games here.
That's what I'm trying to say. Let's get it down to the games. We've got Philly, Dallas, Cincy, Denver.
Okay,
Okay,
well, can I take the ones that don't correlate? Like, let me take out Chase Brown.
Sutton is 1.26x, and that would correlate with the Chase Brown thing.
All right, well, then I need to take out Terry McLaurin, put in Sutton. You good with that?
Take out Josh Allen and put in Cortland Sutton then.
But Josh Allen goes with Devontae Adams.
Okay, then you know what? Let's take out Saquon and put in someone with higher odds.
Saquon goes with okay.
Saquon goes. We have no Dallas pieces.
No one. Okay, so Saquon instead we go with what? Sutton.
Yeah, Sutton correlates with Chase Brown.
Okay, that turns into $1,100.
Yeah, that gets you back over.
Yeah, I like that.
There you go.
All right, so we're gonna go Chase Brown tutty, Bucky tutty, Adams tutty, Brian Thomas tutty, McLaurin tutty, Adam Thielen tutty, Josh Allen tutty, Sutton tutty.
I'm gonna run something like this with BTJ slid up to 2 tutties. That seems
Let's go,
fun.
baby. $5 for fucking $1,100. Copy. Go to YouTube here. Actually, I can post it in StreamYard.
Yeah.
If you are sick enough to enter that with me, this comment failed to post the Fantasy Sanctuary. Unreal.
Here,
no, I'll do it. Here. I'll go through the right there. Posted in the chat.
Share link and loan me $5.
I got you, Steph.
Nice. All right, let me do. I know he didn't post.
Didn't post. Yeah, I don't know why.
Tell you what. Here, send it in Twitter. I'll post it.
Okay.
Before we wrap it up. Homie just removed himself for reasons unbeknownst. Let's try this. There you go, folks. There he is.
My bad. I hit the wrong X button.
All right, folks. There are the 2 slips to tail. If you like, I'm probably going to adjust that to BTJ 2 tutties and remove a leg, or just run it BTJ double up. That'd be fun. Might do the same thing with Adams. But yeah, folks, we're gonna wind it down here at 2 hours 8 seconds. Appreciate everyone joining us. This was a lot of fun. Thanks for sticking with us through the very bumpy, stupid Wi-Fi bandwidth issues early on, but we got it all fixed. Got to rip some fun drafts. Talked Saturday slate. Talked Sunday slate. Talked Week 17 sweats. Talked shitty Thursday night football game. And we talked pick'ems. Appreciate everyone joining. Thank you, Fantasy Dog. Y'all are also awesome. The chat makes this a lot more fun to do. So appreciate everyone's patience. Appreciate everyone's input. Good luck to all of y'all, Fantasy Dog, staff, Rob. Shout out Huhaim. Shout out Gerardo DFS. Shout out Mr. Magic. Shout out Chaito Fantasy Espanol. Shout out Joey Lopez. Shout out. Am I missing anyone that joined us in chat live? Antwall, good luck, buddy, with your BBM sweat. Good luck with everybody's Week 17 sweat. Hope you finish high. Justin Bruni, shout out. I know y'all, the guys over at Fanspeak were drafting and pick'ems and all that good stuff. Slate Talk over on their channel right after we went live. So appreciate them sharing. Shout out Darkside Dev was in here earlier with us as well. Eric, tell the people where they can find you and how they can keep on.
Hey, you can find me on YouTube, Best Ball Guy. that's about it. But I just wanted to say, me and you, Tyler, all we have Jamar Chase, Devontae Adams. I just remember
Jamar
that
Chase,
we
Devontae
we
Adams.
have those two players, and we're just sweating it out, baby. Let's get it. Fantasy Dog, Steph, everyone, Joey Lopez. You already shouted everyone out, but no, I love you guys. Subscribe to Fantasy Sanctuary, and
Next time
I'm
you
here.
see us, we'll be over on Best Ball Guys channel, ripping some playoff best ball. Speaking of playoff best ball, little shill. Tom and I are going to be joining together for our first stream in a long time together. This coming Monday, talking some playoff best ball. So tune in for that. That'll be a lot of fun. I'll be live Sunday morning for last minute start sit for any folks doing that or any last minute slate drafting and stuff. Y'all, shout out y'all as well.
And
Eric,
also, if this video gets 100 likes, Tyler and I will start a dynasty team where we argue about every start sit decision for 45 minutes at a time.
we will record it and we'll do it live or we'll pre-record it and release it. So yeah,
100 likes though, 100 likes.
Yeah, if you sickos get this to 100 likes, I will shed my I promise never to do Dynasty ever again. I will not only do Dynasty, I will do Dynasty with someone I'm going to argue every start sit with every fucking week and take a toll on my mental health. So really seems like a back-weighted bet for me. But
and also, wait, Tyler, who is this? Are you doing Saturday and Sunday or just one? For whoever scores 2 touchdowns, you're gonna like shove a count up your ass or something. What's the call?
Yeah, sorry. I was just doing that with island games. So there's 3 games Saturday. It's not really an island game unless it's like what, Saturday Night Football.
Yeah. Okay. Let's say what's the last game on Saturday? I think it's the Chargers game, right?
That's a good question. What is the Chargers game is the first game.
No, it's Cardinals Rams. Okay, let's say the first 2 games are absolute shit and you wasted your whole time watching them. And then it's Cardinals Rams. What tweet are you making for who scores 2 touchdowns for you to delete?
I might adjust the rules and say if Trey McBride scores 1 touchdown.
Wow.
Because McBride's, let's see. Oh my God!
He's at 1.2 touchdowns.
He's 1.3x to do. Yeah, you know what? It'll be a McBride 2 touchdown bet.
Okay. If McBride scores twice, this guy has to delete his account.
Bryce Long, last minute, getting in under the gun with his PPR start sit. Garrett Wilson, Cooper Kupp, Neighbors, J.K. Dobbins. Is that who J.K. is? And then Jennings. Thank you.
It's so hard.
I'll say, is that J.K. Dobbins real quick? Because if it's J.K. Dobbins, I'd say Dobbins. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So I'd say Dobbins, Neighbors, and then Wilson, Jennings seem so neck and neck. Let me check projections for you because I want to say Jennings, but he's been kind of relegated.
I'm gonna go Kupp, Neighbors, and Dobbins.
Yeah, and I'm saying, and then Thorman's early ranks had Jennings over Garrett Wilson by about 5 or 6 spots. So I'll lean with my gut said J.K. Jennings. Neighbors rankings will agree with that given volume and matchup. Detroit might blow out so badly that Jennings gets there just on, and the volume was still there. Bad previous week, and then just Miami weird game. So yeah,
that's fair. Okay, if you have a stipulation, I would say if you need Kupp I know it sounds wrong. I would go Kupp for floor. I'd go Jennings for floor, Kupp for ceiling.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair. Wilson torched the Bills the first game they played. Yeah, but wasn't that without Devontae Adams in the lineup, who's been taking all of the alpha work?
As a Jets fan, just don't play him. Like even if they do something good, you can look at it and be like, like you won't care. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'd be careful about pattern matching, especially with stretches of the season where the offense has shifted and an alpha like Adams has come into the offense and acclimated.
Totally.
You're very welcome, Bryce. That's what we're here to do, to help. Whohim's giving you your flowers, saying he was wrong on the Jets, by the way.
Did you say they were good? Because I thought they were going to be pretty good this year. So you're not giving me any flowers. I'm pissed off, Jets fan.
All right, so you heard it here first. I will have a Saturday night Trey McBride 2-touchdown sweat bet, and he was questionable, but I think he was full practice today, and I'm pretty sure he came out and confirmed that he was just getting vet rest.
No, he's so live for the. He needs a touchdown. He needs a touchdown from Rodgers. It's not even funny.
Yeah, let's see. Devontae was out there limited fashion.
It says expected to play though.
Thought he looked good. He picked up the injury towards the end of the game. He's one of the toughest human beings. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, so I think it's just like giving a guy older in age rest before they go into the. I mean, that's just what you're seeing across the board is maxing out the vet rest days. And Aaron Rodgers only has eyes for one man. And
he's saying he was in on Brees. I don't think being in on Brees was the wrong process. I think Aaron Rodgers is actually a narcissistic fucking piece of shit, to be honest with you. That is the problem. I think he can't learn at this stage of his career. He's so used to being good that he can't imagine like not rolling out and like getting sacked like every other play and then like getting up and be like, how was he not open? Like, who am I supposed to like? I just can't deal with that anymore. And it's been treacherous to watch. So it has nothing to do with Brees Hall. Brees Hall is one of the best running backs in the NFL. I actually think if someone will sell you Brees Hall on the cheap in Dynasty, that now is the time to buy him. I also think next year, granted, I don't know who our quarterback's going to be, but if Brees Hall's like a 4th-round pick or something like Travis Etienne was this year, then Brees Hall's going to be really fun. We don't need to get into that now. The big board will be open in 1 month. Tyler, thank you for having me. Please close us out.
So just to recap, follow Best Ball Guy, go sub to his channel if you haven't already. Please hit the like before you leave, especially if you answered your start sit question. I'll be back with more start sit Sunday here on the Fantasy Sanctuary. Thank you so much for joining us for Pick'em's Live 17, Week 17 sweats, some Saturday main slate alpha, some Sunday main slate alpha, some Pick'em alpha. We'll be doing it all here again Sunday morning on this channel. Check out if you want like in-depth metrics and film takes matchup by matchup for all of the leftover games after Thursday Night Football. Tom and Rich went live, recorded that today, just a couple hours ago. So go check that out. Put that on 1.5x. Check out the charts. Check out the recommendations. And if you have a specific start sit question that you don't trust me or Eric with, if you drop that question on that video here that Tom and Rich did for that start sit, Week 17, matchup by matchup. Every question will get answered in the comments, or join the Discord. Less than $1 a month, last time I checked, and we answer your start sit questions in the non-premium because we're just so awesome like that. We just went through, answered about 7 start sit questions in the Discord today because we're here to help you win your championship, win that glory, win that money. Thank you so much for everybody joining us. We will be live again Sunday and Monday for some playoff best ball talk. Good luck in your Week 17 sweats. Tag us. We want to see where we've helped. We want to see everybody succeed. We love this community. We love what we do. And good luck, everybody. Good luck. It's going to be a long day Saturday and a long day Sunday. Drink plenty of water. Keep up the sweat. There's a lot to sweat to go. Have a good weekend, everybody. Thanks again.